In the final months of World War II, as the Third Reich collapsed and Soviet forces closed in, a legend was born beneath the mountains of southwest Poland. They say an armored Nazi train vanished into a hidden tunnel near Wałbrzych, loaded with gold, stolen artwork, jewels, secret documents, and perhaps treasures never meant to see daylight again. But here is the haunting part. No one has ever proved the train existed, and yet people are still looking. The story begins near the city once known as Breslau, now Wrocław, in the dying days of Nazi Germany. As Allied armies advanced from the west and Soviet troops pushed in from the east, Nazi officials scrambled to hide what they had stolen: gold bars, paintings, jewelry, religious artifacts, museum collections, evidence. According to the legend, one train left Breslau and traveled toward the mountains near Wałbrzych. Then, somewhere among the forests, tunnels, and rail lines of Lower Silesia, it disappeared. Not derailed, not captured, gone. The reason this legend refuses to die is simple. The region is filled with real tunnels. During the war, Nazi Germany forced prisoners and laborers to build a massive underground network in the Owl Mountains. This project was known as Ries, meaning giant. Its true purpose remains debated, but the tunnels were real. Some were intended for factories, bunkers, so when people whispered about a hidden train buried inside a mountain, it did not sound impossible. It sounded like Lower Silesia. The most famous version of the tale says the train was armored, about 100 meters long, and hidden in a sealed tunnel. Some versions claim it carried Nazi gold. Others say stolen paintings. Some add jewels, weapons, uranium, or documents so dangerous they had to be buried with the Reich itself. And then there is the most tantalizing rumor of all, that somewhere in the cargo may have been pieces of the Amber Room, the legendary treasure stolen by Nazi forces from Catherine Palace in 1941. There is no confirmed evidence tying the Amber Room to the train, but legends do not need proof to survive. They need a locked door, a missing map, a silence that lasts too long. After the war, borders shifted. German residents fled or were expelled. Polish families arrived in towns full of abandoned houses, strange bunkers, and sealed passageways. Stories spread quickly: a hidden room under a castle, a tunnel beneath a railway embankment, an old miner who had seen something, a deathbed confession. A map passed from hand to hand. Treasure hunters came searching for Nazi loot all across Lower Silesia. Sometimes they found weapons, documents, coins, or forgotten bunkers. But the gold train remained the grand prize, the ghost locomotive beneath the mountain. Then, in 2015, the legend exploded into world headlines. Two treasure hunters, Piotr Koper from Poland and Andreas Richter from Germany, claimed they had located the hidden Nazi train near Wałbrzych. Reports said the location had come from a deathbed confession. Polish officials took the claim seriously enough that the site became a global obsession. Journalists arrived. Treasure hunters poured in. People imagined sealed carriages packed with gold, art, and lost wartime secrets. For a moment, it felt as if the ghost train had finally been cornered. But mystery hates daylight. Scientists from Krakow's Academy of Mining studied the site. Their conclusion was devastating for believers. They found no evidence of a train. No train, no tunnel, no hidden treasure chamber. Later excavation efforts also failed to uncover the legendary carriages. What the world had imagined as a buried treasure vault became, at least for now, another empty scar in the hillside. So why does the story continue? Because the Nazis really did steal unimaginable amounts of treasure. Because hidden tunnels really exist in the region. Because records from the final days of the war are incomplete. Because some things were buried, burned, moved, or deliberately erased. And because the end of a war is chaos. In chaos, trains can vanish, people can lie, witnesses can misremember, officials can hide things, and legends can grow roots deeper than facts. The Nazi gold train may be fiction, but the fear, theft, secrecy, and destruction behind the story were very real. Even recently, the legend has stirred again. In 2025, Polish officials reportedly reviewed a new anonymous tip claiming to identify hidden wartime train wagons near Wałbrzych. The story included maps and technical data, but officials also noted that no physical trace of the train has ever been confirmed. This is how the gold train survives. Not as a discovery, as a possibility. a maybe buried under stone, a rumor with iron wheels. Near Wałbrzych stands Książ Castle, one of the most dramatic landmarks in the region. During the Nazi occupation, the castle and surrounding area became connected to underground construction and wartime secrecy. This only deepened the legend. Some imagine tunnels linking castles, mountains, bunkers, and train lines. Some believe the treasure was hidden nearby, moved again, or divided among secret caches. The truth is harder. There may not be one lost train. There may only be fragments. Stolen goods moved through a collapsing empire, then scattered into darkness. If the Nazi gold train were ever found, it would not simply be treasure. It would be evidence. Every crate could belong to someone. Every painting could have a family. Every gold bar could be tied to theft, suffering, or murder. That is the darker truth behind treasure legends. They glitter from far away, but up close, they carry fingerprints. The real question is not just, where is the gold? It is, who did it belong to? Today, the hills near Wałbrzych are quiet. Trains still pass through the valleys. Tourists visit castles. Hikers walk through forests where old tunnel entrances hide behind moss and stone. Maybe the Nazi gold train is nothing more than a legend. Maybe it was never there. Or maybe, somewhere beneath the mountain, behind collapsed rock and rusted steel, a train still waits in the dark. Not moving, not forgotten, just hidden. And until the final tunnel is opened, the ghost train of Lower Silesia will keep whispering from beneath the tracks. Think the Nazi gold train is real? Drop your theory below, hit like, and subscribe to Midnight Relics, where history's darkest secrets still whisper from the shadows.